Disclaimer: this video has been posted when Jane Doe was released, so I will be talking about the statistics of the released version of Jane. So if you come back and see this video half a year later, the one I will be talking about won't be the same as the one half a year later. Anyways, enjoy!
Alright, John. There's one last standing. Go get them!
John? Is it really you?
Who the hell are you?
It's me. It's me, Jane.
Come again?
You don't remember me? It's me, your wife. Please tell me you remember.
No, not ringing any bells.
Time is running out.
No, please, come on. Is there something you remember about me? At least something.
Yeah, bro, just kill her.
Are you f***ing serious?
Jane Doe is the newest survivor that has been added to the Forsaken. She is a sentinel/support character that possesses one of the most unique survivor characteristics and gameplays I have ever seen in Forsaken. But you cannot unlock her by purchasing her in the shop for player points. You must do a little quest to unlock her. To access the quest, you must enter the basement where Nosferatu was, that has been now renowned to Jane Doe's basement. Talk to Jane and she will give you 3 individual quests. You must look for documents about Shudletsky, Dusakar, and Bilderman. By individual, I mean when you completed the first one, you must talk to Jane again to access the another one and the third one. After you collect all 9 documents about Dusakar, Shudletsky, and Bilderman, you will unlock the last quest, which is a lot of gibberish, but with the cipher, it says, find the ring, bring it to her, and survive. Similar to the documents, you must look for a ring. But the problem is, you must survive the round in order to complete this quest. So, if you're going against the tryhard, yeah, might as well just reset character at this point. Anyways, if you manage to survive, talk to Jane and you will immediately unlock her. Now that you know how to unlock her, or maybe you already have her, let's talk about her stats and abilities. Like I said, she's a sentinel/support with only 60 HP. That makes her the lowest HP survivor in all of Forsaken. But there is one passive ability that makes up for it. You will see soon. Anyways, let's talk about her abilities. She has 2 passives and 2 active abilities. By active, I mean like the ones you need to press a key on your keyboard to for them to do something. I hope you understand, okay? Anyways, let's talk about the first passive, which is Digital Footprint. And unfortunately, it's not like the friendly version of Digital Footprint Jane Doe does. It just makes that you see footprints of the killer. Yeah, that's it. It can be quite useful to track down the killer to use your abilities on. So it's not completely useless. But this passive is being completely overshadowed by her second passive, which is called Shatterpoint. Shatterpoint is an extra HP bar of over 30 HP that is unique to Jane Doe. Although it has some negative things, it also has some positive things. Shatterpoints cannot be restored through healing. So example, Elliot's Pizza, Bilderman's Dispenser, and like a medkit. But to benefit from that, when she has Shatterpoints, she gets a 40% damage reduction. So if we do the math, she has 60 HP, Shadow points of 30, and a damage reduction of 40%. So that is around 110 to 120 HP. So she's kinda tanky. Even though she has 60 HP normally, she is kinda tanky with those shatter points. But if she loses all her shatter points, she cannot regain them for another 40 seconds. So you need to be a little bit careful with your shatter point. Also, you can regain those shatter points by lending your abilities, which I will get into in a second. And you start the game with 20 shatter points. Now let's talk about the first ability, Crystal Pitch. Jane takes out a crystal in a jam and begins to charge. Similar to Sixer's Pursuit, the longer you will hold it or charge it, the farther the throw, and the crystal will be much faster. But the difference is, then you can aim it with your cursor. And also it has an area of effect splash. So yeah, this is kind of easy to hit in my opinion. You can release the crystal at your own will, or if Jane is holding the fully charged crystal for 2 seconds. Also, her movement speed will be slowed down by 30%. But I must inform you, to make its full potential, you must hold the key. Pressing it will do almost nothing. Well, I mean, she will throw it, but just at a minimal distance. There are 2 different interactions of the crystal when it hits a survivor or a killer. When it hits a survivor, they will grant them Purified, which is like damage reduction on the amount of HP you have. For every 20 HP lost, the Purified will grant you a 20% damage reduction. So yes, you heard me right. If you lost 80 HP and you will get Purified, you will have like an 80% damage reduction, which is kind of crazy, but only for 3 seconds. Let's look at an example. As you can see, I'm 1 hit from Walk Speed Override, but I lost around 60 HP, so that means I should get a 60% damage reduction, allowing me to survive. Now, let's play it. See? I barely survived it. So, if this ability is used correctly, she can help and make survivors live for much and much longer. Also, it will restore 2 shadow points to Jane. But if the crystal hits the killer will be applied an effect called Resonance. Even though Resonance does nothing to the killer, it will allow her second ability to shine much more. But I will get into it, because I need to talk about Resonance. Resonance is, like I said, it does completely nothing to the killer. It will just show like blue particles around it, it's like the purified version of Corruption. Resonance can be leveled up to level 3, and that is going to be very important. Also, it will restore 3 Shadow Point HP to Jane, and it will reveal the killer's aura for 3 seconds. Now, let's move on to her second ability, which is Hatchet. Jane will take out her axe with the 0.75 second windup, and then she will launch against the killer. When attacking, she will briefly gain a resistance 1 during the attack, and this is where Resonance is important. Because if she hits the killer that doesn't have Resonance, the killer will be applied Helpless 1 and Slowness 2 for 2 seconds. So basically 2 times. And it will restore 5 Shadow Points to Jane. But this is where Resonance shines, because if the killer has Resonance and Jane hits them with her axe, they will be stunned. The bigger Resonance, the longer stun time. Let me show you the list. If the killer has Resonance 1, they will be stunned for 2.5 seconds, and Jane will regain 10 Shadow Points. If the killer has Resonance 2, the killer will be stunned for 3.5 seconds, and Jane will restore 20 Shadow Point HP. And if the killer has Resonance 3, the killer will be stunned for 4.5 seconds. 4.5, mind you, and also she will completely restore all of her Shadow Points, which is 30. Jane Doe is a very strong survivor, allowing her to stun the killer for a potential 4.5 seconds, and also the digital footprint will allow you to track the killer, which helps her with her crystal pitch landing more easily. Also, with the damage reduction, she has 110 HP, which is quite a lot. Sure, Shadow Points are great, but if you lose all of them, you are quite frail, because you have 60 HP only. one raging pace gashing wound and you're dead, by the way. Even though Hatchet is pretty strong, you must hit your crystal pages, which I said are easy to hit, but sometimes the killers have some ultra instincts and immediately dodge it somehow, and the Hatchet is quite useless without resonance. Also, Hatchet has a very long windup, which killers can react to, which makes Jane Doe really vulnerable. Also, resonance isn't permanent, which makes Jane to follow the killer almost all the game because she needs to keep the resonance so she could stun the killer. Try to use Crystal Pitch as much as you can during the game. Survivors to killers, just use it as much as you can. And if you feel like the killer can't do anything right now and has resonance, that's basically a free stun in my opinion. Also, be careful with your shadow points. I know with the damage reduction you might sound strong, but if you lose all of them, you are quite frail. So just be careful with them. Anyways, that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this showcase and the guide a little bit. And if you feel like there is something I forgot to say or mention about her, please type it in the comments. I will be happy to respond. And have a good day.